fix Iowa's mistakes. Did your campaign make any mistakes in Iowa?
Who said I will fix? I didn't say that.
Just now,
According
according to Puno.
to who?
According to the Puno Long-Term Computer Agency.
I never said that. That's not a statement I would have made, no. No. I've had a great relationship with Iowa. I don't really think, look, what happened is we had 17 candidates originally. I was expected to come in like anywhere, maybe 10, 11, 12, 13. I ended up coming in second. Didn't devote tremendous time to it, didn't devote tremendous money to it. In fact, I guess in terms of money per vote, I'm about at the bottom, meaning the most efficient. I came in second. I came in a strong second. Third was quite a bit away. I think 2,500 or something, close to 3,000 votes away. There's a big difference between second and third. I think that we did really well. I mean, as far as that's concerned, I think the press, some of the press said I did fantastically well. Some of the press doesn't want to give it credit. I think that we did very well. I didn't expect to do so well. I guess what did happen is one poll came out that said I'm 4 or 5 points ahead, and that maybe built up a false expectation for some people. But if you would have taken me back to June 16th, I was told, don't even go to Iowa. Start right here in New Hampshire. Just don't waste your time going to Iowa. I went, I bonded with the people, bonded with evangelicals. We did really fantastically and came very close to winning. I mean, we came very close to winning. We came in second place. So I am very happy with what happened in Iowa. We had 17 people and I was second. Now, if you break it down, I guess you have 11 people and I was second. And I think we did a very good job.
Mr. Trump.
Yeah, Tom?
Mr. Trump, do you now feel real pressure? You lose in New Hampshire, so your campaign to briefing of people.
No, I don't think I feel any pressure. I mean, we're going to just do what I have to do. And if it works out, Tom, that's great. And if it doesn't, that's okay, too. Because, I'm here to do one thing, the theme, make America great again. I'm going to do it. And I think we did very well in... I think we did really well in just about everything we've done running for office. I think we had a very good result yesterday. Could have been a little bit better. Could have been one notch better. But it's interesting, all of these governors and senators that you have way down the list, they're at 1%, 2%, in terms of what happened, what just happened. They're 1%, they're 2%, they're 3%. Nobody ever talks about them. And I'm at 24, 25%, and they say, oh, couldn't you have done better? I think the result was quite good, especially for the amount of time I spent and for the amount of money I spent.
Mr. Trump.
Your campaign manager knows the state inside and out.
Well, I think it fits me better. It probably suits me better. I've done very well in New Hampshire. I've been here a lot more. I have very good relationships with the people of New Hampshire, but I've had very good relationships with pretty much everybody.
Mr. Trump, before we got to New Hampshire, you were saying that you think more establishment Republicans are moving to coalesce behind you. Then Marco Rubio had a stronger than expected showing in Iowa. Do you worry that could eat into your lead here in New Hampshire?
I really don't. I don't see that happening. I don't know what's going to happen. You don't. Nobody does. I mean, we'll see what. You have many, many people that aren't doing very well. I am doing very well. But you have many, many people that are here that are well-known politicians. They're governors and they're senators, but they're not doing very well. And they just came back from, a very major defeat yesterday. And mine wasn't. Mine was, it's very interesting. If you look at the numbers from yesterday, I got the highest number in history outside of the one number. In the history of the primary.
Right. You brought in a lot of new caucus goers.
I brought in also, I guess they had 185,000 people, which is 45 or 50,000 people more than they ever had.
And in New Hampshire, people expect you would bring in more independents who would be interested in you. But that also that they might be interested in Bernie Sanders. Have you thought about that, how you would pick off these voters who might be split between you two?
I think we'll get a lot of Sanders voters. And, they're very much into the trade world, and I'm the best on trade. He mentions it, Sarah, but I don't think he does. I don't think he's going to be capable of doing anything about it. No, I think we're going to do very well here. I look forward to it.
Mr. Trump.
18 points there, Mr. Trump.
Say it.
One of the other candidates are doing 6, 7, 8 events in New Hampshire every day for the night.
Yeah, we have a lot of events scheduled, yes.
Do you have enough events?
Well, we do. We have one commitment long-term for Arkansas, actually, where we're going to have about 10,000 people, but we're going to be back and forth very quickly. We have a lot of events scheduled, yes.
Mr. Trump, there's been so many quotes, famous quotes about success and failure. Some of them not so flattering about failure, not so flattering about second place. Which of them best apply?
Well, I just think, I'm just happy with the way we're doing. I mean, we've bonded with the people, whether it's there or here. I mean, there's just a big bonding process going on. If you look at South Carolina, it's the same thing. I mean, we're doing really well there. But we've devoted much more time here and South Carolina to. It's not a question of learning. I mean, I just want to continue to do well. The theme is so important. It's just make America great again. That's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. Not really a question of learning.
Mr. Trump, your entire campaign and your entire career, you've branded yourself as a winner. You've constantly done that throughout your career and during your campaign. How do you think you can go forward and maintain that brand with your supporters who see you as a winner after suffering a defeat in
Well, if
Iowa?
you look at the second place, people didn't talk about my second place. They didn't talk about it as positively as they should have. And yet with Marco, who was more than 2,000 votes behind me, that's a lot of votes, by the way, they said, oh, he's surging. So I don't know, why is the third place person doing well and the second place person, who, by the way, has never run, Scott was mentioning before, he said, one of the amazing things about you've never run for office before. It's incredible how you're doing, because
what about your
you've
brand?
never done.
Your brand
I
is
think
a
my
winner.
brand's doing great, yeah. I think it's so
About
good.
10 points in this state. What will you do to maintain that lead, and will you be doing anything differently than you did?
No, I think just work. We're going to work very hard, and we have a lot of meetings, a lot of talks, a lot of speeches. We're going to be meeting with a lot of people, and I think we're going to do very well.
Retail politics, popular.
Well, we'll be doing some of that, but we also have some very big events planned. Like tonight, I think they have 4,000 or 5,000 people, and other people were here yesterday, and they had 200 people. Same venue, same everything. They had 200 people. So we have there's a good bonding going on. Yes.
Mr. Trump,
Well, I enjoyed it. I have unlimited. It's funny, when I look at the various people, they say so-and-so has 20 million. So I have unlimited. That's not the thing. The only, I'm a business person. I want to spend wisely. And I'm probably $40 million under budget because of the fact that, frankly, I haven't had to spend very much. Although I guess we just did a recent filing, and I would be probably having spent now maybe $14, $15 million. But I'm self-funding, and I must tell you, I don't know that enough people appreciate it. I'm self-funding anyway, whether they appreciate it or not. So I won't be influenced by the lobbies and et cetera, et cetera. But I don't know, I was talking to Scott about this before, I don't know that it's appreciated really by the voters. I'm the only one on both sides that's self-funding. I'm putting up my own money. And I don't know that the voters appreciate it. When they go in to vote, I don't think they say, I'm going to vote for Trump because he's self-funding and he's not going to be influenced by lobbies and special interests, etc. I'm going to tell them, but I tell them, and sometimes they like it, but I don't think it's something they vote for, which is a shame because it's actually a very big thing. You understand that? It's a very big thing. It's a very big element. If you can have somebody that can actually self-fund and not be influenced by bad decisions, by people that are looking for themselves or looking for the company or country they represent, that's a real positive.
You talk about
I just don't know. I just don't know whether or not the voters appreciate it.
You talk about self-funding, but you've received...
This is the first time that you've run. What did you learn in Iowa that you're going to try and apply down the line?
I've learned that they're great people. I thought the people in Iowa were fantastic. I think they're just great people. And, obviously, I was second. I had the largest vote getting in the history of a Republican primary, except for one. And I brought many of those extra people in. And they also had, as you know, the largest turnout in the history of Republican primaries in terms of Iowa, by far, not even close. I think it was like 50 or 60,000 more than they've ever had before. So, I learned that they are terrific people in Iowa.
Mr. Trump, do you worry?
Yeah, I look forward to that, yes.
Mr. Trump, you talk about self-fund...
Who? Am I going after who? Who said that? Oh, no, I don't think so. No, I have a very good relationship with Marco. I like him. I don't see that necessarily. I mean... You're talking about in Iowa? Well, that could have been with the debate. I think it could have been the debate. I think some people were disappointed that I didn't go in the debate. If I had it to do again, I would have done the exact same thing. And the reason is, do you know why? because I raised $6 million for the vets in 1 hour. So if I took a second place instead of a first place and could give the vets $6 million, I'll do that all day long.
Mr. Trump, do you worry that you banked too much? Did you
What's
worry
that?
that you? Do you worry that you banked too much?
Excuse me, behind?
Will you consider spending more on ads than on the ground game?
On what? On what?
On ads.
Oh, on ads. I did. Well, we're going to be spending money. We're going to be spending a lot of money. We'll be spending money on ads, and we'll be spending money on the ground game. Yes.
Do you worry that you banked too much on your own celebrity and the crowds in a place like Iowa and less on
Can't
a
help
ground
it.
game?
I mean, whether I'm celebrity, I mean, this is me. It's
But
me.
too much focus on the celebrity and not enough focus on the ground game there.
Look, I think most people say I did a great job in Iowa. I came in second. I spent far less than anybody else. And had I known I was going to be liked as much as I am in Iowa, and people did like me, you will understand that, I would have maybe spent a little bit more, and I would have been there a little bit more, and maybe I would have won it. But, I'm very happy with it. I have 7 delegates right, at the top. You look at other people, in all fairness, senators, governors, they're way down. When I have 25% or 26% and they have 1%, hey, but you people don't mention them.
Is it time for someone to drop out?
But the one thing is you people don't mention them.
But is it
You
time?
don't mention all of the other names. Now, you mentioned the person, Marco, good guy, but he came in third. And they make it sound like he had a victory, but I didn't. But I came in second. And I started off on 17th. I was 17th. When I first started, I had nothing. And then I inched my way up, went pretty rapidly, actually. And now I'm leading everything, and I did okay in Iowa, pretty good in Iowa, yes.
It's also just saying that you have to know exactly what your campaign is doing. You're not going to do anything. Is that right?
Well, I think we're going to have great success here. I think it's a very much different kind of a process. This isn't a caucusing process. This is a much different. This is a normal voting process. The Iowa is a much different kind of a thing. Yes.
Mr. Trump, you considered to attack your character, citing the way you treated people, and he spoke personally that one day you were his friend and the next day you were insulting him. What do you say about that?
Well, he insulted me. I mean, he started with the insults, and as you know, and he insulted Ben Carson by doing what he did to Ben Carson. That was a disgrace. And he insulted the people of Iowa by doing a voter violation form that nobody's even seen before, which was disgraceful. So no, he's a man of insult. No, I'm going. I have thousands of people going. No, but we don't have that in mind.
Are you expecting
I like Mike Huckabee, but no, I don't think he's even going to be there. I did. No, I like him. Well, he's left the race. I mean, so I feel pretty good about that. He's a good man. Yes.
You have a one-time call schedule for experts. Is anything going on?
Well, we're adding some, and we're adding them pretty rapidly. Yes. Mark, go ahead. I think everybody, Mark, you never know. I mean, they're talking about some people that are down at 2 and 3 and they could emerge. I don't think they will, but people in your world are saying they possibly could. So I don't really see 1 or 2. I see, there could be a number. I'd love to finish first. Again, it would still not be horrible because you're competing against a lot of very talented people that have been politicians all their lives. I've been a politician for 6 months. But no, I'd love to finish first. Wouldn't be horrible, but it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. I can think of worse things, but I'd like to finish first. I think we will finish first. I would like to finish first. Okay.
Mr. Trump, you talk about self-funding your campaign, but you've received...
Only, just so you understand, I'm totally self-funding my campaign other than small donations because people send in small donations for $10, $15, $20,
$6.5 million
$100.
in small donations, right?
Well, no, that's merchandise sales. That's a lot of merchandise
I believe
sales.
as far as the donations that you received to your campaign that aren't from the loans you've made
It's
to
a
your
small
campaign,
amount of money compared to what I put in.
It's a third of what
It's
you
very hard
you have
when
in your
somebody
campaign.
sends in a check for $17.50 and $9 and $200. Very hard to send that
But what
money
does
back.
that say to those people who are sending you their hard-earned money when you say, I'm self-funding my campaign, I'm not taking money
and I
from
always
anybody?
make the preference. I always make a reference to that, and I do it every time. Okay. Yes.
What will Senator Brown do to the campaign?
Well, he's somebody that I respect and I've always liked, and he's very, very respected throughout the country, but he's very respected here. And everybody wanted his endorsement, and I'm very honored that he's giving it to me, and he's going to give it to me on the stage.
Who's running a dirty campaign?
Positions are slightly more moderate for abortion rights, for a ban on assault weapons. You're very much not for those things, and you've been very vocal about that.
That happens with endorsements. No, that happens with endorsements. That's pretty common with endorsements.
Mr. Trump, a lot of your supporters
Yes. Well, I probably had a tinge because a poll came out, a few days before that said I was about 5 points up. So maybe there was a tinge. And again, it may have been the debate, which would have set records if I did it, so I would have liked that. But the fact is, it could have been the debate. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But I would have done it exactly the same way because we raised in 1 hour, I raised $6 million for the vets. And I would never, ever give that up to go between first and second in Iowa. It wouldn't be worth it. So, thank you. I think her email situation is very serious. I have a feeling she's being protected by the Democrats because it just looks to me to be more serious than anybody that I've seen, including General Petraeus. If you watch and study and read about various lawyers that really, that's what they do, they really feel that she's in grave danger, and what she's done is against the law, not just against rules, it's against the law. I just don't know what's going to happen because I don't know whether or not the Democrats, Bob, are going to protect her.
Mr. Trump, Senator, can you go up?
Is that okay? I never saw a race where they're flipping coins. I mean, they're flipping coins. What kind of a race is that? It's ridiculous. I thought it was terrible. I mean, you call it a tie, but to flip coins, they say, okay, you're going to get this district. We're going to flip a coin.
Senator Cruz running a dirty campaign. Senator Cruz running a dirty.
I don't know. I can't tell you yet. I think he certainly was dirty. What he did to Ben Carson was terrible. I think when he did the voter violation form, I thought that was terrible. Actually, I thought it was terrible. And, when they said that Ben Carson is out of the race and come vote for him, I thought that was terrible. Okay? Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Thank you. It's a long ways away. We'll see. Okay?
What's the closing argument to those people out there? What are you going to tell them?
You watch.
Tom Brady.